तुझे लगे तू है काफी फेमस, आइडियल इन्फ्लुएंसर, नई नई तितली तू बाहर निकली है, ना बना बातें, चल चल हवा आने दे, सर मेरा दुखने लगा है ये तेरी बातें सुन के, मुझे लगे बातें तेरी आना चाहे तू बड़े जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला, मुझे लगे बातें तेरी आना चाहे तू बड़े जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला। देखे मुझे तेरी सारी फ्रेंड्स, रेट करे मेरे लिस्ट को 100 out of 10, चाहूँ मैं बस जल्दी हो ये सब एंड, कब होगा दी एंड, मुझे लगे बातें तेरी आना चाहे तू बड़े जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला, मुझे लगे बातें तेरी आना चाहे तू बड़े जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला। चल चल हवा आने दे, मेरी जगह मत खा, सर मेरा दुखने लगा है ये तेरी बातें सुन के,
मुझे लगे बातें तेरी जाना चाहे तू बड़े जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला,
मुझे लगे बातें तेरी आना चाहे तू बड़े जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला।
Escúchame, baby, yo te quiero, baby, sin ti no valgo la pena, sin ti esto es una condena. Escúchame, baby, que te quiero, baby, sin ti yo no quiero nada, mi mundo por ti esperaba y te digo, y es que si me voy de aquí, sin ti yo me voy a morir, es mucho el dolor que siento hoy. ¿Y qué más va a ser de ti? Sin mí tú vas a sufrir, es mucho el dolor, entiéndelo. Yo sin ti muero de pena, yo siento que me estoy cayendo, sin ti yo ya no tengo aliento. Para ti mi vida entera, prefiero un rato con tus besos y que me duren todo el resto. Escúchame, baby, yo te quiero, baby, sin ti yo no quiero nada, mi mundo por ti esperaba y te digo, y es que si me voy de aquí, sin ti yo me voy a morir, es mucho el dolor que siento hoy. ¿Y qué más va a ser de ti? Sin mí tú vas a sufrir, es mucho el dolor, entiéndelo. Yo sin ti muero de pena, yo siento que me estoy cayendo, sin ti yo ya no tengo aliento. Para ti mi vida entera, prefiero un rato con tus besos y que me duren todo el resto.
3, 2, 1, live, Kinsman.
Here we are.
I had to wake you up
Yes.
I had to wake
from
you
my
up.
nap.
Yeah, that's right. I always give you a courtesy 5-second
My
warning.
5-second warning.
Yeah,
It's time for the show to begin. And before we get the show started, we launched our newer online merch shop. You're wearing one of the products right now.
There we go, Kinsman.
Again, yeah, you got it mailed right to your door.
Are you enjoying the fact that your name's up top again?
Big
smile on your
KLOMP
face.
and KINZ.
Yeah, that's right. But this
KLOMP
is
and
it.
KINZ.
We got some tests. I always order a couple
Some
test
test
products.
merch, yes.
Make sure
I've got some in transit, so
all right.
we'll see what mine looks like when he gets there.
No Ronnie tonight. Ronnie's at Special Olympics floor hockey.
Yes.
Okay.
We stole them last Thursday, and Albert said you can only steal their star goalie once.
Oh, yeah.
In the season as they get set for the big nationals.
That's right.
Coming up, so we don't want to take Ronnie away from his training.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
again, thumbs up to Albert Seal. Again, one of the best coaches out there when it comes to Special Olympics floor hockey. And I'm curious, did he find the chaps? He had a post earlier this week looking for chaps. Is he doing open houses with chaps on?
Okay, chaps again. Are these like overalls?
It's what equestrian riders wear. They wear chaps.
What would he need those for?
I don't know. That's I'm curious.
Thank you, Tricia.
Anybody at Royal LePage know? Is he strutting around the office?
Chaps.
I'm saying he's welcoming people to his open houses wearing chaps and holding out boxes of Timbits.
Sounds like you sure you don't own a pair of chaps?
I don't
That
own.
sounds
I don't
something
own a
that
pair
would
of
be
chaps.
in your
No.
drawer.
Well, here's the thing. Broadcasting has taken me. I've been PA for a lot of events in my life, and one of my first ever events that I did PA was an equestrian event in Palgrave, Ontario.
Okay.
So I know what chaps are. People were saying, "Hey, your chaps are too tight, too loose." I know what chaps are. It's look like gun holsters, but without the guns.
Yeah. It's like what they wore in Magic Mike, but with the
Magic Mike. Yeah, those are buttless chaps.
Yeah, okay.
That's,
so was that what Albert was?
I don't know.
Maybe Albert's getting prepared for the honeymoon.
He's getting ready for the honeymoon.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing with those chaps, but anyway, hopefully he found a pair.
Okay.
Maybe it's for Lisa's fundraiser next Saturday night.
I
We'll have to wait and find out. I was talking to Lisa again today. More amazing silent auction items and a live auction. There's going to be a live, there's going to be a silent auction. There's also going to be an online auction for people who can't make the fundraiser next Saturday.
It's going to be a fun night, Kinsman.
It will.
All goes to a great cause, and everything that Lisa does is first class. We're looking forward to that. Now, we should chat about our guest tonight there, Kinsman.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got the phone call right before jumping to air, and yeah, he's in transit coming to Timmins. Sean Morrisseau, a.k.a. the native pool boy, will not be on tonight's show.
Yeah, he was supposed to join us. He is here Saturday, and courtesy of the Timmins Native Friendship Center, and he's going to be there between 1:30 and 3.
Yes.
And he does all types of comedy. He's amazing. If you're on TikTok, you already know.
He's a content creator. He's a social media influencer.
Yeah, his stuff's absolutely hilarious. And now he is putting on a youth show.
Ages 12 to 21.
That's right.
And if you want tickets, you're asked to contact the Timmins Native Friendship Center.
Yeah.
I know Naomi Fletcher, who's in charge. She's got her email. If you email nfletcher@nanlegal.on.ca, you can physically say, "Hey, I'm gonna show up to the show," and she'll set aside a couple seats for you.
Just go to the Timmins Native Friendship Center
Probably
Facebook
easier.
page. Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
he's
Saturday.
hilarious. TikTok. A lot of people are mentioning that he's seen his videos. So yeah, he's putting on a youth show. I think that's super cool. So 1:30 this Saturday.
1:30
And he was
Saturday.
supposed to join us, but the last minute something came up.
He bailed. Well, didn't bail. He had something come up and had to bail on tonight's show. So we're just gonna yap about things happening around in the city.
Well, Kinsman, sometimes, you know, I try to be the funny guy here, and, you know, when we get comedians on the show,
I
you're
laugh at
you're
their,
laughing
I
your
laugh
butt
at their
off,
jokes.
So I get a little jealous.
This is, we're diving into year 4 here
Yeah.
doing this.
That's right.
I've laughed at your jokes three years
It's
in
hard.
running.
It's hard.
It's hard to keep the smile going.
Speaking of comedy, we got an interesting message today from Rick Lemieux.
Yes, and of
So-
course we know Rick, very funny.
Everyone, pretty much
Everybody
the whole
knows Rick.
community knows Rick. Now, one of the things Rick does, he does multiple things, is the Timmins Comedy Festival, which is returning at the end of April again. And Thursday night, there is going to be a roast. So you know what a roast is, right?
This is where they come and they nitpick and make
Well,
fun of.
yes,
They
make
poke
fun-
fun
yes.
of people,
People.
and we've been asked to be the ones to get roasted.
Get roasted.
Yeah, we're gonna get roasted.
Yeah, that's
on
right.
an open fire.
Yeah, we are going to
So
get...
that's gonna be part of Timmins Con. I can't wait.
So, well, that's going to be part of the Timmins Comedy Festival.
Timmins Comedy
Yes, a
Festival.
lot's going on. So, so yeah, they're going to be roasting us, and you know, usually have some of the sharp-minded local comedians do that. Now, you know, you got a bit thick skin that night, kid. Don't be crying there because they're going to be blasting us pretty good, you know.
If anybody works in the media business, you've got very thick skin.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta, as they say, you just gotta dust it off.
So-
But, what could they be poking fun at us? It'd be
Well,
I'm sure someone's gonna be wearing a
I'm
wig.
sure that.
Someone's gonna be wearing a wig,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
And you got to remember, like, the roast night at Full Beard, and Rick's going to come on the show to walk us through all this. But this is like an adult show, right? Right. So these won't be lob balls they're throwing our
No,
way.
these are going to be ones
will
that
be
put us in
19 plus
tears.
jokes.
Probably tears, laughing so hard. I can't wait.
Yeah,
Rick doing his homework on us right now.
Yeah. Well, when Rick does his comedy shows, he already jabs me a few times.
Yeah, you're a part
Which I
of one of
love.
his comedy
See,
routines.
he messages me, do you mind? I'm like, yeah, go for it. Like, I love it. You know, we got a lot of funny people in this community, and you know, that's going to be an awesome night. So, well, that's all we know right now. This is Rick's baby, and he'll come on and chat all about it.
In April,
and
yeah.
I'm waiting to see the names of the big comedians that he'll be bringing here. He always has some great names. So.
He does. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And again, of course, a little closer to showtime, more than likely, we'll be giving away tickets for that show. And, of course, our roast.
Okay. Here's an interesting,
What's
as
that?
we continue. My son gave me some feedback last night. You know, how's the weather? He goes, I go off topic lots. He goes, finished one topic, going to the next. So he's...
Well, that's just the way we fly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so...
maybe that's a part of the roast.
and I have a tendency to do that.
I picture
So,
Rick there with a pad and paper writing things down.
I'm going back to the roast again. Here I go. Oh, there is so much to say to Mark and Jamie. Kinsman, you're not going to be in tears, are you?
No,
I'll stand up for you, buddy, if you are, though.
I got your back. You've got my back. I've got your back.
Yeah,
We'll
it will be fun. But
Well, and again, it's at
Yeah.
Full Beard, so we'll be,
Yeah.
you know, drinking a few pints
So
while we
we are-
listen to the roasts.
so we are very happy to be part of that.
Yeah, we are.
And all right, so there's been it was a very cold day, and I saw that Tricia posted about the accidents. I hope
Lots
no one
of
was
accidents
seriously
coming
hurt.
around
What
the
I
city.
do want to talk about now is this whole power outage. Okay, now of course the power went out to the whole city and maybe community, right? You're the first one to message me that the power's out, which I know because I live in this community.
Well, that's it. Well, I just finished putting up the
Now,
midday blast right before it died.
Then
I thought it was someone
once
upstairs.
the power goes out, if you go on Facebook, your personal timeline, everyone's telling you that the power is out. So we got confirmation.
Yeah.
My wife Terry says, "Well, maybe I'll go check Facebook." Okay, she had to check even
It
though
was just your street.
even though the power's out at our house, she has to check Facebook to see if the power's out. So we got the confirmation. Then
Yeah.
the messages start. We're 2 minutes in. People said they were freezing. So I don't know. They must have the fan experience like you do to be freezing in 2 minutes. Businesses were closing in like 2 minutes.
It wasn't that long of an
We're
outage.
not
It was about
adapt-
20, I'm going to say 25 minutes.
Are we not adapt to a power outage? Now I get I know the hospital has backups, but just say they didn't. That'd be a serious circumstance. But if your Netflix got paused for 5 minutes,
5 minutes.
some people were panicking.
Yeah,
here.
we're panicking, saying,
Look,
hey,
okay.
I'm freezing.
Mark had to check Facebook too. That's your partner, Tracy.
Yeah,
okay?
Tracy
You're
throwing me under the bus.
Just as bad as Terry. We know the power's
Well,
out.
we knew it was out. I was just seeing if it was, because we were sitting. I went to Tracy's for lunch, and met her in the parking lot, and then we noticed that there was some lights still working. So we're like, well,
So-
where's the power out? So we went and checked. I
Walk
shouldn't
me-
say we. I checked Facebook.
Walk
yes.
me through your head. So the power's out, and you could probably see traffic lights, and your
Well,
neighbors
people were
are
still
out.
at the gas station, but the pumps probably aren't
But
working.
until someone told you on their timeline that their power's
Well, I
also
knew the
out,
power
you
was
were
out.
not a non-believer?
Well, originally I thought it was just on third. Maybe, and then you tune into the radio stations. They don't have their generators on today, so everything was off. I'm thinking, okay, it's a little bit more widespread. Then you see
Right.
posts online.
Yeah.
It's all of Ontario. It was pretty much all
Okay.
of Ontario, except for Melrose. Isn't that weird? Melrose still had power. And the
gotta-
TDH had power.
But
They're on the good grid.
Facebook was the first thing in your mind to go to, right? Oh, man. And you did take time
That's
to
where
message
I was
me.
worried about the pork chops I put in
Okay.
the fridge for supper.
So then, like, businesses were closing. People said they were freezing. And I'm not talking about vulnerable elderly people, which we're talking about young and healthy people, okay? Freezing in 2 minutes. Like, we went in the full crisis mode in minutes.
in minutes.
What would happen if we had a real crisis here?
Well, right. If you can go back, you remember what was the year of the blackout then,
Yeah.
when all of Ontario
Yeah.
basically went down, right down to I think the southern United States. Again, I don't think we've learned from that one because power outage went today. Debit's going down. If you don't have cash,
Yeah.
you're not buying anything.
I know, kids, but we're talking like this thing was under an hour, and it might have been a half an hour. So Joanna,
It wasn't a full lunch break because
Okay.
Tracy was still on her lunch break.
Joanne, she was in the concession area, it was pitch black. I would have just sat in the corner and ate popcorn until the lights came on if I was Joanne, but okay, and then so my son Aiden again, I seem to be
Yeah.
picking on him lately, but he's giving me all this material. He messages me from school, tells me he feels unsafe. It's time to come home.
Oh, come on.
Unsafe.
Coming from the kid who says it's too geeky to wear a coat to stay warm to school.
That's right.
Yeah, people were going nuts. Were driving when the power went out. Yeah.
Joanne had power at her house during the great power outage of 2024 , which was today.
Well, again, she might be on the TDH. I know the TDH grid. I know if something massive happens, all the power is usually set to that section of the grid. Make sure operations are still on tap up there.
I realized that the 101 Mall doesn't have a generator backup. Thankfully, I wasn't stuck in the elevator. Okay, so that's something realistic to be worried about at a power outage.
Not too many elevators in this city, but what a time to be
The
stuck
problem
in
with
one.
me too, because I have to pee every 5 minutes. I wouldn't
You do.
last in an elevator crisis.
Remember that when we drove to Ottawa? I'm driving. Yeah, I gotta. You're worse. You're worse than
I'm very bad.
Grandpa and grandma on a trip. You're worse than the dogs in the back seat. Every you span it out. They're going to stop every 2 hours, every hour and a half. Here, pull in here. I gotta go.
Alex says, I almost said Joe. Joe's his son. Alex says, feel sorry for you guys. I'm in Florida, so they
Hey,
he
Alex.
didn't have a power outage.
No power outage. He's looking for the margaritas down
Metro stayed open. People shopping in the dark. Panic attack. Okay, so now I'm going to guess, Kinsman. So the power comes back on. You're back on Facebook for the confirmation again.
there.
right?
Got to get the confirmation. All right, are we back on? Of course
You
we did.
got to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course you told me the power was on when the power was on in my house.
Well, that's it. Well, I was more concerned because I had things on here that I
Yeah.
needed to come back and fire up in the office again. So
Right.
got to make sure that the heaters weren't burning the curtains and whatnot.
You gave me you were in full
I
mode.
give you the 411.
But people were really panicking. It was wild. So do we know what happened? Was there an accident? that
I
caused
don't
this?
know. Well, I went across the province. So who
didn't-
who was doing what? I know the folks from the insurance company above us met them coming down the stairs. He's like, "Well, time for lunch." He goes, "I put the fork in the outlet." That's the classic fork in the
The
outlet
fork.
joke.
You must have loved that.
You can
joke.
use that. I'm like, I
Yeah.
love that cliche. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Don't you love that? It's funny when you need to confirm. What is that, Kinsman?
Don't
loose?
you love that? LOL, too funny when you need to confirm the loose is on when you're home. The loose?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't know. LMAFAO.
It's lingo that
I don't know.
You and I are struggling. It's probably some
A
cool
typo.
lingo. No.
And Debbie says, I check Facebook to see if it's out all over the place or just on the street.
Well, that's fair. Yeah. I said, did you post something like in the
I
dark?
didn't post
and tell
anything.
everyone, hey, look at me, guys, I'm in the dark.
No, I didn't post that. No.
Okay.
We were enjoying our lunch. Nice heated SUV there.
Okay.
Tracy for lunch. I'm like, well, let's go for lunch. So that's what we did.
Any excuse to get a minute off work.
A minute off work. Use the power outage.
Use the power outage. All right, so hopefully everyone made it through safely. Chris was cutting hair throughout the power outage, so it didn't stop him.
Didn't stop him. No.
What type of haircut did they wind up having in the dark?
Any before and after pics,
Well,
Chris?
this was an Edward Scissorhands. I can picture him going just
That's it.
going
Start looking
wild
like
there.
a bonsai tree or something at the end.
But I thought we panicked pretty quickly.
And again, you got to put it in perspective. You know, there's people less fortunate than us. They're outside 24/7. Let alone we're out there complaining in 5 minutes. So
Yeah, shout out to the Hydro One workers.
Yeah, they're out there.
I don't know what
they're
happened
figuring. I don't know who put it back on, but the power wasn't out too long.
Of course. So mostly everyone, and I did this, you go to the Hydro One outage page and you look and you click on the little dot and it says estimate time to restore. And today it's at 2:30 p.m. Do you feel the same as me that they know it's going to be done before 2:30? But if they say in 20 minutes, people will get upset. So they give you a longer time.
They give you the longer time.
And then it looks really
Then they look
good.
like superstars when it comes on,
Now,
within 20, 25 minutes.
Or is that
which
just,
it did.
Yeah. So do you feel they're doing that, or like just for people don't flood them with calls?
Well, here's what I think. I think I think they get paid by the time slots. When they're out there, they probably have this, slotted to their overtime. If they're out there working hard to put this power on there, they say, okay, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Let's put the hour and a half just in case. Everybody gets paid if it's on within 20 minutes or that hour and a half. Regardless of how long it took to put it.
I think they just give you an extended time for they don't get flooded with calls. Because if you say 20 minutes and takes 25, people are going to start getting
calling.
worried.
So they say 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
They've got 2.5 hours to get everything rectified. Hi, everyone. OMG, he changed.
Yeah, I still have my jacket. My Bills jacket's here, Kinsman.
I said that in WhatsApp this morning, stating that, your curse, you righted the curse in Buffalo, but you took the coat off. So will they lose now Sunday when they take on the Kansas City Chiefs?
My Bills boxers are still on. So
your Bills boxers. Now, if you're superstitious, you got to keep them on now for the rest of the playoffs.
So back to the Hydro. Aiden says, when I return to something, reintroduce the topic. So I'm taking the 14-year-old's advice. Ashley says she read it would be turned on in May. So they were really ahead of the game today.
Definitely a typo.
Okay.
Now, who's not laughing today? The Amish community. They say, look at those poor buggers with the electricity. They can't even survive 5 minutes.
Oh, look at this.
What's that?
He didn't receive his sweatshirt he won from us.
Well, Alex, we're going to right the ship.
Well,
and
if you did not, okay,
we'll get the shirt
send
to you.
us a direct message, and that got
we'll
overlooked.
Get Alex's
we'll fix that
shirts.
Right away.
Where'd it go?
Well, maybe we didn't ship it to him, Kinsman.
Well,
but we should, yeah.
Misdirected. Anyhow, Alex will right the ship. Should have reached out to us sooner, but there you go.
Tracy says people are happy if it comes on earlier than they say. That's right. I agree.
And but if they're late, people turn into monsters. LOL. Right. Right.
Sue has a generator. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
See Lisa McComb, of course.
Yes,
thank
go Bills,
you.
go. Hi, Lisa. We'll see you tomorrow night and Saturday at the Just Jordan Arena.
I wanted to go to a starred comment here. Now I'm changing topic here, Kinsman.
Let's look at this
So Guy says, thanks, Mark and Jamie. I almost got scammed. Someone pretend they were like KINZ and KLOMP, and I was careful not
don't
to
click on those
this
sites.
So one of the, and you probably already know this, but one of the unfortunate things about Facebook is there's a lot of bots, there's a lot of scammers, there's a lot of clone sites. And, we say what many pages will say, we'll never ask you to click a
Click
link,
on a link.
personal
No.
information.
Like if you're going to win something, if you're going to win these gift cards tonight from Midtown Bowl,
Yeah.
you'll win it live on the show, and then we reach
Yeah.
out to you after the show.
never gonna
There's
cost
no
you-
links. We're not saying, hey, you won something on Facebook.
Yeah, it
so
will
if you get a
never-
link, do not click on it because it duplicates your account.
Yes, and we'll never ask you for money for a prize or anything like that. But yeah, so thank you. People let us know this is happening, and we do block them. But yeah, Facebook is full of bots.
Lots of bots. We go through
unfortunately.
about 200 to 300 a day of people saying, hey, we're going to shut down your page, this, that, and the other thing. Again, do not click on those links either.
So yeah, so please, but Guy let us know. Yeah, so we would never ask for that. So yeah, start a comment. I'm doing what Ronnie would be doing.
You're starring the comments.
And went back to that.
He's doing floor hockey right now.
That's right. So we were supposed to have on our guest tonight.
Yeah, Sean Morisseau, the native pool boy, but unfortunately, due to something that came up last minute, he wasn't able to join us. But we were talking about Sean and his show. Again, the Timmins Native Friendship Center, 1:30 to 3 on Saturday. He's going to put on a show. And again, if you haven't seen him, follow him on TikTok. He is a social media influencer, a YouTuber. And again, more people know him. When we put the post up in the Midday Blast, say, hey, I know him. He's a funny guy on TikTok, and he is.
I'll give you an update on the baby situation at my house. Remember last night I told you that I woke them up and I need to be on a routine. People
So what
gave
happened
me that
now?
advice. So
Baby's asleep when you got home last night?
Hudson was up, and
Hudson waits for his little high fives now from Dad.
yeah,
coming in.
that's right. But I did try not to get them too worked up, so they went to bed at a normal time. Right.
Now,
So-
what is a normal time
well,
for babies?
It should
a
be 8.
swaddler, 2 swaddlers in the household, and a
he's in
one-year-old.
bed around 10 last night. He gets excited when I come home. But today they were alternate crying, right? Hudson would go, Ella would go, Hudson would go. It almost sounded like a musical instrument going on
Yeah.
in the house. I still think they're doing this intentionally somehow.
They're trying to get Dad's attention.
Yeah,
Dad, pick
that's
me
right.
up. No, don't just pick me up. Okay, leave Ella. Pick me
Yeah.
up, Hudson. Hudson's saying that, and then vice versa for Ella.
Yeah, that's right. So we do have like the harmony there going with the crying. It's tough too because here's a question I wanted to ask about babies. So I got some good advice last night. Did your young children, when they're toddlers or babies, sleep in the bed with you? This is my question. Some people are very like the baby sleeps in his crib or the bassinet and that's it. Other people are babies are in the bed. Now, what did you do? You had, like, your kids were, I know they have their own beds now.
Yeah,
but
beds now.
when they were young.
Were you in bed?
Were they in
well,
beds
yeah,
or
sometimes
bassinets?
they'd come into the bed.
Now,
yeah.
the problem is, though, once they're in the beds, you can't get them out of the beds, right? If you were in a nice bed and then someone tried to
Then
move
you put you back into
a
a
bassinet.
wicker bassinet.
Right.
Which one are you choosing?
Well, so all my kids slept in the bed, right? But Terry's like, Hudson sleeps in the bed with us. But she's like, with Ella, like it's,
you have both sleeping in the bed now?
Well, Terry said Ella's going to sleep in her bassinet,
Okay.
right next to the bed.
But that's
of
what she
course.
said with Hudson.
That's what she said. I like them all in the bed. This the Brady Bunch style thing. But last night I caught her bringing Ella into the bed, so I think we fell off course.
Uh-oh.
And now my bed's going to be full. And dads get the first boot.
And you get the dogs at the bottom of
Yeah.
the bed, or the bottom?
Well,
the
the
dogs
dogs
completely kicked
The
off.
dogs have their own rooms now because they're Great Danes, and they roll a lot. We don't need no Great Dane rolling on a baby. But the dogs have
two horses.
The dogs have their own
run.
couches, and they're not in cages or anything. They have their own rooms, couches, so they're good. But now we got 4 in the bed. Now when they're going to start worming and they need extra room in the bed, Dad goes first.
Hands and
Yeah.
feet in your face.
So let's see.
Hands and eyes. Tracy said she had a bassinet beside her
Yeah.
bedside.
So I'm going to need some advice. So Joanne says little girls are better sleepers. Yes, 1,000%. So far, that's what I've seen. Bassinet in the bedroom with us. So we do have the bassinet.
Yeah.
Tracy has a bassinet beside the bed for
Yes,
Mark.
she does.
Is that where you sleep?
Yeah, that's where I
Kinsman?
sleep. Yeah,
It's probably a good nap.
When I'm in the doghouse, they'll put me in there.
My son
All right.
was a nightmare. What am I doing here, Ken? We need Ronnie.
I'll read this. My son was a nightmare. My daughter slept her nights from day 1, last feeding at 10, and she would wake at 8. LOL. There you go.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty
That's
good.
like 10 hours of sleep.
The baby whisperer, Joanne.
Not as small babies, but yes, when they get older
Yes.
in the bed, yeah.
Sarah says she uses the crib.
Crib, yeah, okay. Trisha says, oh boy. What's Rick say?
Rick says, what? You can sleep without kids in your bed? Didn't know that was an
See?
option.
Rick, so Rick has a
Yeah,
big young family.
they just had a new
He knows
addition.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So his bed's full with mine. So I think, Ella's, a week old. We're already falling off this.
Falling off the, you're trying to stick to the resolutions here.
Yeah, we're falling apart. Poor Jamie, you'll be on the floor soon. Well, guaranteed, I'm the first on the floor.
Well, before the kids, it was the dogs took the bed.
Now, Nicole has a hard line here. Kids in a bed is a no-no. Now, Nicole's probably was hard firmed and probably kept them out of the bed since the beginning, and she enjoys nice sleep. So
She likes her nice sleep. What is Amy saying? Hello, everyone. What is Joanne saying there? My kids are 12.
12 months apart.
12 months apart.
Right, so she had like two young kids at the same time. Yeah, so we're in that dilemma. We have the bassinet, and she is napping in the bassinet. So we're
So you're trying to get her used to the bassinet.
Yeah, that's right. Because we blew it with Hudson right off the beginning. Hudson's in the bed.
Hudson's like, I don't want the bassinet.
And
I
now
want the warmth of
he
the
can't
bed.
even- yeah, that's
And
right.
of course, he knows mom and dad are right there.
Thank you, Chris.
Hello, hello. Welcome
So
back.
I'm
Yes,
trying to get.
Chris.
So what
I'm late.
advice do you have for me there, Kinsman? Draw a hard, firm line with the bassinets. And Hudson has his own bed, by the way. Or
Well, here's the deal. You put them in the bassinet, they start wailing right away. Do you let them cry, or are you one to hop up there and bring them back?
see,
into the bed?
I'm the type of person that, and people might say I'm wrong. The minute they cry, I come running in, like seconds, right?
You're the helicopter.
Oh
parent.
yeah. I'm in there in seconds. I feel too bad. Like other people say, like even you can get like professional advice that they give it a few seconds or give it a little bit of time, but I can't. I fall apart.
No, you fall apart. You think
So-
something's wrong. Hudson needs his dad time, and Ella needs dad time too, right? So they're fighting for you. And again, yeah, it's kind of hard. As they say, what do they say? Tough love.
Yeah. Well,
So you're not one of the
we
tough
keep
love
saying dad
parents.
time, but let's not forget.
Well,
that
that's it.
Terry's
Mom-
the
yeah,
superstar at the house.
The
okay?
superstars,
Yeah,
the moms out there.
I'm
yes,
just
of
a
the world.
supporting cast there, Kinsman.
Yeah,
let's
so
the mums are the stars.
all us dads are definitely the supporting
Like
cast,
I'm very
for sure.
supportive, but the mums are the real stars. Okay, so Debbie's giving us some advice here.
Debbie says, my daughter breastfed all her kids, so when they were younger, they slept in the bed with her. It was just easier.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of people say it's easier.
Easy peasy. I like that.
Joanne says, no kids in your bed. My son was 12 months when my daughter was born, so he had his big crib in our room and her small newborn crib in our room.
Oh, okay. So cribs
Separate rooms
cribs
with
flying
the
everywhere.
cribs. Yeah.
When's the next baby coming? Well,
2025.
I was hoping, but Terry's like put a pause on that plan.
Yeah.
She put a pause on the plan, but I could have 2 or 3 more there, Kinsman.
Yeah, Nicole says not easy. Definitely not.
Yeah, that's right.
Joanne says he will cry himself to sleep. You are the boss, not the child. Yeah. Joanne laying down the rules right from day one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Babies should cry a little bit. No, fair enough.
Yeah, they will cry themselves to sleep. Again,
Yeah.
that's where the brown noise, the white noise. Yeah. Someone was saying, what was the sound of waterfalls hitting a tin roof or something apparently works.
Chris said, let the kids sleep where they want. They're free spirits.
Free spirits. All right,
Okay.
Chris.
But then he goes on to explain, or maybe not, I've never had kids.
Never had kids.
He's just making a
He's
recommendation.
just making recommendations, which is okay.
Jacques had twin girls.
Yeah. So, Jacques, how did you do it?
Yeah, that's right. Well, what's your mystery there, Jacques? Joanne.
We had
and
both cribs in our room.
let's see. What's Tammy saying?
As my kids never slept with me, tried once or twice, and always put them back in their bed. Never had an issue.
Firm stance. I like
Again,
it.
as they say, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, that's right.
Tricia says no kids yet, but I'm getting a lot of signs saying I should have one.
There you go.
So
well,
there you go.
It could be coming soon. So, yeah, we're in that dilemma right now. You know.
Thinking should you continue filling up the minibus?
Well, we got to figure out the sleeping pattern first, and then we'll worry about the next minibus. But that's the current situation.
The current kid parent to kid ratio.
And how expensive formula is. Holy manny!
It is, yeah. Nothing cheap. I know grocery, everything. The running joke is everything inflates in price except for the salary.
You know, when I was a kid, I remember because my sister is younger than me. So I don't have any memories when I'm a baby. Obviously, my sister. You know, she's 30-something years old. It was like the glass bottles, and then you put them in the boiling pot, right?
Boiling pot.
And it boils up the water or milk or whatever it was. And then you got to put it in the fridge, which is ridiculous.
Kind of cool it down
because
just a little bit.
Then the glass bottle cracks half the time, but it had that plastic pouch in there. Remember this whole system?
You tested on your wrist there.
Now it just comes in packages already made, but it ain't cheap.
No, not cheap at all. Again, those packets. I remember we had the Rocket Man. I remember you should get into making packets for new mums.
Yeah, so we're figuring
packets
that out.
for kids.
All right.
What's Chris Costigan saying? He says, one of my exes had her daughter in her bed till at least 6 years old. Let's just say that relationship wasn't going to work since. I'd end up sleeping alone in my ex's bed while she slept with her daughter.
Poor Chris.
That might be a bit
lot
awkward.
of lonely night.
Might be a bit awkward.
Now, what he should have just done is turned off the lights and gave everyone haircuts while that was happening. Baby stuff is overpriced. It should be illegal to charge so much.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
What did Joanne say? Did you ever see that show about the aunt that slept with her her foster nephew in her bed? She rolled on him and he died.
What the heck
She
is
accidentally
going on?
suffocated him. He was less than a year old.
Oh,
Wow.
geez. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I know that could happen. Talking about childhood, this is like your Christmas trivia.
This is my Christmas trivia. And here's one from Tracy. She says, 3 of my kids are 3 years apart. It was great. My last 2 are 9 months apart. Highly recommend 3 years apart or you never sleep, LOL. And it's funny, me, my brother, and my sister, we're all 3 years apart.
Well, you see, my dilemma is I'm 50 this year, so this whole 3 years apart thing is
the big 5-0.
Yeah, so 3 years apart. There's not much flexibility in my age here, Kinsman, to go 3 years apart.
We got to remember that date. There, we're gonna have a big party for you.
I got to start hammering down. Yeah.
Start planning the big 5-0 now.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm not much of a birthday celebrator, but maybe
you say that now. I'm sure people are writing down notes now. And of course, Rick getting ready for the roast. Going to roast you because you're turning 50.
Yes, that's right.
So it's going to be a part of his speech. Who is doing the roast? Is it Rick doing the roast, or is a bunch of other people doing the roast?
See, you're changing topics. Aiden's going to give us a no-no tonight. It'll be a bunch of local Timmins comedians, I believe.
Roasting us. They're doing their homework on us right now.
Once again, Rick, he'll come on the show and walk us through
and kind of walk us through.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
You know, Joanne says some people had large families. Well, that was very common, so I don't know how big those beds were. Everyone slept in one big room, but my mom came from a big family also.
Sarah says, my girls are 2 years apart. Yeah. Oh, boo, Ottawa scored. Yeah. Who are they playing tonight? Montreal.
Yeah, that's right. So have 4 children a year, go crazy because the ultimate dad, 4 a year. So you need well, I don't know if the biology, not singly anyways.
I don't think that would work.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Unless you have mistresses.
Unless you have a chemistry set at home.
Having babies. You could get yourself into trouble.
That's it.
Unless you have
a direct line to the stork
what do you call it? What's 4 triplets and quadruplets?
Well, you could. Well, technically, if you had 4 a year, you'd have to have quads every year.
Yeah, that's right. So anyways, Kinsman, so I'm going to be coming on here asking for lots of advice because it seems like folks have had some pretty good experience.
Well, it's good to pan the audience. Again, what is Ronnie's other half saying? Mark and Jamie, my B-Day is 1 month away.
Yes.
Feb 18th, going to be 32. So we're going to have a big birthday
Ronnie.
shout out. Ronnie better be buying you something nice there.
That's right. Ronnie will, he'll keep us up to date on that for we'll do something special.
Yeah, we sure will.
That's right. Easy for Chris to say because Chris is giving advice on children, but he doesn't have kids. But I appreciate it nonetheless.
Debbie says, Darren can tell us how to make triplets. They just had triplets.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Chris says question mark.
Yeah.
Sue says, I have 3 kids, all 2 years
years
apart, and that's pretty good. That is really good. That's nice spacing right there.
Nice.
Joanne.
Yeah, her hubby's birthday's Feb 17th, the big 65.
Oh,
So
wow.
we'll have to
We
wish
got another
Norm
one.
a
Yeah,
happy
that's
B-Day
right. There
on that show.
There you go, Kinsman. A lot to celebrate.
Lots to
Now,
celebrate.
would you say, before we take a break and give away, what is it, 2
We've
bowling?
got, two games of Midtown Bowl, and we'll even throw in 2 $10 gift cards or Fun Zone gift game cards for you to play. So $20 loaded on those cards.
My last question tonight, what I was thinking about was, so we're in a new year, obviously.
New year?
And
Is it a new you?
Yeah, a lot of high expectations for 2024 because we did come off a couple, COVID, a couple rough years. Do you think 2024 has been off to a good start? I'll ask you first.
I think it's been off to a good start,
Yeah.
yes.
Because your New Year's resolution was pretty easy.
Well, to
Just
continue on,
keeps-
yeah, we had a great, Tracy and I had a great 2023.
Things just keep going good.
We're having a good 2024. We
All
just
right.
moved into our new place, and we're enjoying life.
Okay.
Things ironing out very well.
Okay,
in
so
that department.
so you think
everything is moving smoothly.
because I saw some, while I was checking if the power was out on Facebook today, on my timeline, a lot of people saying 2024 not so good.
Well,
But they didn't give me any reason why.
no reason. It's those,
so I don't know
it's
if
those
it was
cryptic posts.
personal
You
or
always see
just
those
world
cryptic
issues.
messages.
So I wanted to ask, am I missing? There's Glenn. We love Glenn. It's off to a fast and furious start.
And, speaking of Glenn, he was on our show talking about just in case and, collectibles. He messaged me this morning stating that a lot of people are reaching out to him. He's buying and selling coins from people who watch the show, trying to see if they've got, some loot, some hidden loot. And again, if you missed the show because you were on Baby Watch when he announced this, Lorianne Loretto, the house that he lived in, Lorianne Loretto lives there. And apparently in the attic could be a box of cards that Glenn left there as a kid that could be worth. He said he had a pile of Gretzky rookie cards.
It's like the treasure map.
Yes.
Everyone's going to be digging it up.
I really want to find it.
Yeah.
He's obviously not going to post the address, but again, hiding in the attic somewhere, he said there was a pile of Gretzky mint-condition rookie cards, which one of them
Wait
goes,
a second.
That's what he said.
A house in Timmins?
A house in Timmins.
We have an address?
No, he wouldn't give the address.
Glenn,
he knows. He
DM me
said
the address.
Well, she gave him permission to go and check the attic, so I told Glenn, it's a national treasure.
A Wayne Gretzky rookie in mint condition
Is $1.2 million.
So somewhere in Timmins is a house potentially, you're telling me with a box in
Well,
them?
that Glenn said there was a box, and he says maybe 6 or 7, if he can remember.
6 or 7 Wayne
of
Gretzkys.
the Gretzky rookie cards in the plastic sleeves.
Okay, so Glenn,
He should be on the chase.
It would almost
we
be
should
worth,
follow him.
It almost
and
would
take a
be
trip
worth
to that attic.
purchasing that home. Immediate possession. Get Albert Seal on the line right
That's
now.
it, Albert.
and
We
let's
get
purchase
an
that home.
open house.
Yeah,
but
that's
the
right.
thing is, Glenn said, as he
Somebody's
remembers, the attic wasn't spray foamed, and I do believe they've spray foamed since. So it's probably buried within a couple inches of spray foam, and wherever he hid it in that attic.
Yeah.
PSA 10 says 1.3 million.
Yeah, so a prime condition card, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be worth purchasing that home just to dig up the attic.
Be curious though to take a trip.
Did you know Wayne Gretzky's wife was a stripper? Well, actually, I know she
True
was
story.
an actress.
Well, Janet Gretzky. Yeah,
She was in Police Academy 4,
she was in
I
Police
believe.
Academy 4
That's
and
right.
a couple other movies.
Yeah. She was in Playboy, not a stripper. That's right. I think I'm going to side with Glenn on this one. But she did marry the great one.
The great one, yes.
Janet Jones, yes. And she was in one of the police academies. I think it was 4. Can you name any of the police academy characters?
Hightower.
Hightower?
Yeah.
What's the guy with the voices?
What was that?
Winslow?
Was it something, Dave Winslow or something like that?
Yeah. Wasn't there like who was
Tackleberry.
Tackleberry.
That guy was awesome.
Was the
I like the
army
Tackleberry
guy?
one. We just watched that over Christmas.
Well,
Came
so
up on TV.
who is Steve Gutenberg? What was his name? Like the main guy in one of the 4.
What was he? God, I can't remember.
And then you had the sort of 2, like, not evil cops, but
That
like
that lady with the quiet voice.
quiet voice, but you know the 2 cops that sort of didn't like the police academy guys? You know, they're like the nemesis in the movie.
nemesis,
Like the sergeant.
And again, a lot of those police academies were all filmed in Toronto.
Were they really?
Yeah. If you watch the skyline, you'll see the CN Tower. Before they didn't care where the skyline was
All
shot.
right,
You'll see it
Kinsman.
down there.
Anyways, so let's thank our amazing sponsors and come back and give away some prizes. What do you think?
Yes, let's do that. And again, someone's going to Midtown Bowl, 2 games, and 2 $10 Fun Zone game cards to give away.
It's almost that time for the 15th annual Mushkegowuk Cup here in the city. Kicks off the weekend of February 16th through 18th for U7 right up to U21 men's and women's. Entry fee is $600. U21 entry fee is $1,000. Entry fee deadline is coming up January 31st at 5. Email them today, mcup@mushkegowuk.ca to register. Experience traditional winter travel with Abitibi Sled Dogs. Servicing Matheson, Iroquois Falls, and Tibbins. Call today to book your adventure. Email them now, abitibisleddogs@gmail.com. And O'Reilly's Source for Sports, your locally owned and operated hockey shop, full-service bike and ski shop here in the north. Sporting goods for the entire family. Check out their hot selections now at O'ReillySports.com or call 705-406-2305 or stop in and see them at the corner of Highway 655 and Highway 101 West. The Wizard of Paws Professional Pet Grooming, locally owned and operated with quality service here in your downtown. Walk-in nail trims, canine enrichment, puppy sessions, senior sessions, and more. Inquire now, 705-288-8660, or walk in and see them at 220 3rd Avenue. And get a ticket for Lisa Framet's second annual Fly With Me music fundraiser presented by Lisa Framet. Coming up January 27th, 5 p.m. at the Porcupine Dante Club. Entertainment provided by jazz musician Donnie Most. How about MC by TV personality Bill Walechka with a comedy routine provided by Rick Lemieux. Tickets on sale now through eventbrite.ca. And keep your eyes on TFAC. Rumors swirling that the Rock on the River 2024 lineup will be announced soon. Follow them now. You don't want to miss out. TimmonsFestivals.com. And mark off April 20th and 21st for the NOE's TimmonsCon 2024. Come and see the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, and stay tuned for the Northern Ontario Expo.com details to be released of who will be coming as their celebrity. And boost your business with Gerona's Borden Kelly Lawyers, and you could be this week's winner for free advertising just like Abitibi Sled Dogs did. New post is up now with the winners posted and announced this Friday. Get connected with She's Connected with Mel and Mel. Have these ladies grow your business. They deal with speaking engagements, workshops, and more. Follow them now online at shesconnected.ca. And for residential commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed, you go to DAP Cleaning Solutions. Book now for carpet cleaning, strip, and wax jobs for your commercial units today. Call Andrew N for your free quote, 705-465-3500. Discount days are back at Jackpot Time Timmons. Prizes every day with amazing door prizes. Book your bingo slots now at 251 First Avenue. When you're buying or selling, it's Albert Seal sealing your deal with Royal LePage Northern Realty Leaders. Inquire about this new listing on Waterloo today for $379.9. Call Albert now for a showing, 705-465-3493. On the big screen this week, it's Mean Girls, The Beekeeper, and Night Swim. For tickets and showtimes, find them online at ImagineCinemas.com. And stay tuned for Dare Timmons and their details on their free family skate. We'll keep you posted on the Dare Timmons Facebook page. And the Porcupine Gold Kings get set for the Schumacher Cubs this Friday night at the Barn. puck will drop at 7 p.m. And the PMHA announcing that their skills are back this week. All goalies are welcome to represent their age group. Details on the PMHA Facebook page. And she's the producer of Sportsman Channel Canada and Just Hunt Inc., Amanda Lynn Mayhew. Looking for your dream home or new office space? Reach out with Jessica Gervais today at Royal LePage Northern Realty Leaders. Check out all her latest listings at Jessica Gervais at royallepage.ca, like this gorgeous new office space for lease at 681 Algonquin Boulevard East. And there's something fun for everyone at Midtown Bowl. Rock and Bowl, pizza party packages, the Fun Zone, amazing family deals, and more. Book your alley now. Call Nat today, 705-267-3500. And don't pay for 90 days at Masters Tire Timmins. Book your appointments now, 705-915-3745. And if you can't get to them, they'll get to you with their mobile service anywhere in Ontario. Suffering from alopecia? Do you have hair thinning issues into the new year? Louise at Look 140 can help. Check out all her amazing services online at look140.ca or book a consultation now, 705-267-8566. And we wish the Timmins Majors all the best as they pack their bags for Peterborough as they take part in the Steve Ritchie Tournament of Champions. And the Storm gets set for a busy week with 2 home games back-to-back at the Just Jordan Arena. Friday night, they take on the Hearst Lumberjacks, and then on Saturday, they take on the Timmins Rock. Both game times, 7 o'clock at the Just Jordan Arena.
And we are back.
Timmins Rock comes to Iroquois Falls.
That's
Kinsman.
right.
That'll
yes.
be a good game.
Yeah. Hearst on Friday, Timmins on Saturday, and again,
Nice.
both game times, 7 o'clock. And if you haven't been, the new score clock, it's pretty wild. Probably one of the best score clocks in all of the NOJHL right now.
All right there, pal. You ready to give away 2 bowling passes?
Yeah, 2 bowling passes and 2 Fun Zone game cards with $10 each on them. So there you go from Midtown Bowl.
So I
So
throw
let's
up
give
the,
these away.
I'm throwing up the wheel of winning, which I'm controlling tonight there,
You get to
Kinsman,
control.
'cause,
Let's see where it stops. No one knows.
All right,
And again,
well-
we'll reach out to the winner after the show and drop these off.
there we go.
winner
And
is-
the winner is... Oh, Phoenix.
Hey, Phoenix.
Congratulations.
Yes.
And we should say we're going to be doing something with the hub, as I like to call
That's
them.
right. The Timmins Youth
Wellness
Hub.
Yeah, I believe Phoenix is going to be back on the show.
Yes.
And they're always doing amazing work in the community for our youth. We love what they're doing, and they've been big supporters of ours for a few different events. So we appreciate them. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, we'll post the details and have Phoenix
Yeah.
back into studio. And
Yeah, there
again,
we go.
We'll be a part of that. Yes.
So that's awesome. So a couple bowling passes. As the congratulations flow here, Kinsman.
A lot of
Congratulations.
people
flow.
congratulating our winners. So
Yeah.
congratulations,
Whoop,
Phoenix.
whoop, whoop.
We'll drop them off tomorrow. I'll walk them down the street there at the office.
Hopefully there's no power outage tomorrow there, Kinsman. He'll be on lunch break.
You're gonna need horse and buggy to get down the street. Someone posted, how are those electric vehicles doing when you have the power outage? How do you charge?
Well, but you would.
How do you charge at those
Right.
stations?
But once again, the power outage was 40 minutes,
Well, 40 minutes. Yeah.
not 40 weeks.
No.
We would really panic if there was something catastrophic
Yeah.
about that.
Catastrophic.
Yeah.
And
If you can't go without charging your phone for 40 minutes, we're in big
there's
trouble.
something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it? Nothing else to yap about?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
But we'll see those who are making the drive to the Igloo tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We're going to see the Storm back in action. And again, always a good time. And again, the lightning shot happens at the end of the first period. Someone will have the chance to shoot pretty close to $1,000 now, that jackpot on Friday night's game.
Big money, big money, big money.
Money.
There we go.
Money, money, money.
All right, stay warm, and if you want to know anything else about power outages, contact Kinsman.
Yes, we'll
He'll
keep
be live
you,
on his
We'll
feed.
keep you up to date. And again, go check out the Native Pool Boy, the Timmins Native Friendship Center on Saturday, 1:30 to 3. Again, just contact them, say you want to be there. And again, good old Naomi Fletcher will set aside some tickets for you.
Said it all.
Or seats for you.
All right.
But they want to know how many people are coming. And hopefully it's a packed house again.
It will be.
Sean Morisseau is coming in.
You want to give me a go Leafs go before we go?
Well, you just want to cut me
Yes,
off.
I do.
Go!
तुझे लगे तू है काफी फेमस, आइडियल इन्फ्लुएंसर, नई नई तितली तू बाहर निकली है, ना बना बातें, चल चल हवा आने दे, सर मेरा दुखने लगा है ये तेरी बातें सुन के, मुझे लगे बातें तेरी बताना चाहे तू बड़े जा जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला, मुझे लगे बातें तेरी बताना चाहे तू बड़े जा जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला। देखे मुझे तेरी सारी फ्रेंड्स, वेट करे मेरे लिस्ट को 100 out of 10, चाहूँ मैं बस जल्दी हो ये सब एंड, कब होगा दी एंड, मुझे लगे बातें तेरी बताना चाहे तू बड़े जा जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला, मुझे लगे बातें तेरी बताना चाहे तू बड़े जा जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला। चल हवा आने दे, मेरी जगह मत खा, सर मेरा दुखने लगा है ये तेरी बातें सुन के,
मुझे लगे बातें तेरी बताना चाहे तू बड़े जा जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला।
मुझे लगे बातें तेरी बताना चाहे तू बड़े जा जरा दूर रहे, ब्ला 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 ब्ला। तुझे लगे तू है काफी फेमस, आइडियल इन्फ्लुएंसर, नई नई तितली तू बाहर निकली है, ना बना बात